So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So it's time to showcase my teams for the treasure map against Momo. And pretty annoying treasure map, and I honestly don't have the biggest treasure map motivation right now, which I probably should have since I have a lot of gold keys now thanks to anniversary and taking it easy in April and such, but I will definitely do at least 100 runs, and I've tried to make as good teams as I can, but I've not really had that spark of brilliance like I sometimes can have otherwise. But yeah, let's go into the teams. I will mainly be talking about the mini boss team since I feel like I've talked about the rest in other videos. But yeah, for Chopper, this is probably one of the least boosted teams. Here I just totally went like counter mechanic for mechanic. I should probably do it like this because I like to have the wave clearers together. But yeah, this boss, as always, the first boss lets you use basically everything boosted. Final stage, 8 turns bind for crewmates, so that's 5 turns bind. Left column to block orbs, right column to paralysis orbs, 5 turns decreased chain, and 6 turns damage threshold. So Yamato Captain lets us ignore bind completely. Hiyori lets us ignore the orb stuff completely. Enel will wave clear stage 1. Kiko Isis wave clear stage 2, so I get a chain lock for final stage. And then I just swap Barto and Cavendish, use their special. This will give me a big attack and orb boost, as well as remove the damage threshold. It should be fine. Like, might not last until like level 250 plus, but for what I'll do, it will do the job. Against ulti, and yeah, this boss you really want to use Frankie, because Frankie is the only unit in the game who can ignore the damage limiter by using his captain action. Thankfully, we have some good boosts here, Psy, Quick Dex, and we're using a lot of the recommended characters. We sadly can't use the Frankie recommended since we're using the Legend Frankie instead, but we're not using the Jinbei either, of course. But yeah, first mechanic is the damage limiter. Frankie captain action ignores that. We can kill in 1 turn. Unfavorable orbs is actually no problem because we have sailors that makes int orbs matching for the Psy units. Special reverse is a bit annoying. I will be using the new free-to-play Legend Luffy to reduce CD, but he doesn't resist special reverse. I do need a support for that. Luffy has many. I just picked one that you can get right now if you want to. The Nami here is an old anniversary rare recruit available in the medal shop this month. As for the rest, 2 turns ship ability bind. And yeah, this is actually removed by Limit Break expanded Bins. First time this ever comes in play. And Bins is just one of the best wave clearers in general. He has like the by far fastest wave clear special of basically any unit. So there are people who use Bins in every single treasure map just because of how fast he is. So Bins will wave clear first stage, second stage Brook can wave clear. You can use Brook again later thanks to the double special. Zoro together with Koshiro support removes all of the def up and almost all resilience. The remaining turn of resilience is removed by the Sanji support on Frankie. And basically my plan is that if I start lacking damage, I will remove Koshiro from Zoro, and instead I will just remove the resilience with Brook and also get the increased damage taken. That way I can remove Sanji support as well, maybe fit some other support. One possible support is like Enel support on Zoro to get some color affinity. There are some potential stuff we can do. But I feel like for what I'm aiming for, this should do good enough. Next boss is Yak, and I had a hard time deciding approach here, but in the end I just went for Hina. I never really used Hina in treasure map either, so that's pretty nice. So in this content, like, crewmates get binded again. So we could have used captain the North Spine, for example. I didn't think that there was any good enough. There's an attack down, which Hina will handle. We will ignore the burn. Shanks crew will handle the decreased chain. And we just ignore all of the other bind stuff, like on the feet. Like we will like on the final stage, we swap Shanks crew use the special. So for me, I will get the Shanks crew call affinity that I keep for the revive. If you don't have max Shanks crew, you won't get that call affinity, which doesn't really matter, but it's a nice bonus. Hina, like we have double Hina, so even if I lack damage on the revive, I can use the second Hina special. I won't do that though, because the revive is set HP, so it won't go up in HP. Is 1.6 million, so that's very manageable. Sabo is just here for A support to remove the first bind. Oden Toki is here because where else do I put them? Like I'm trying to use the max potential boost. So I don't use Oden and Toki for the main boss, so you have to use them against the mini boss. So I just put them here. And Jinbei, when boosted, can do a double wave clear, so that's pretty dope. Might actually be a problem due to the burn, which I didn't consider until now. But I feel like we will still have enough HP. I will re-evaluate this after trying the team, to be honest. But yeah, should be decent. Marco, which is like a little bit harder mini-boss. People have wanted teams without using queens, so here you get one alternative. I made one other alternative team, but I feel like this one is better long-term in terms of damage output. As friend captain here, we're using V1 Blackbeard, and I know hybrid captains in Treasure Map, what travesty is this, but for the first and final mini-boss, it's actually viable due to this setup. Like against Queen, I just put Blackbeard here, so when I'm going to do the Marco fight, I can just select this team, swipe right, pick Blackbeard, and I'm good basically. This is actually backwards, it should be the opposite. Let's see if we can fix this. Here we go. Yeah, it should be like this. This is better. We're just going to put Blackbeard here. There we go. Okay, so here, pick Blackbeard, swipe right, and you pick the actual team. And yeah. Then for when we do the other bosses, then like when we do Queen boss, we swipe right. We pick Sanji, swipe right again, and we get our Queen team. And when we're doing the intrusion, we start here, we pick Sanji, swipe twice, and we got the intrusion team. So that's kind of how this works, and I've used this strat many times, so you get used to it, I promise you. Anyway, as for the guide, basically any orb manip is forbidden final stage, so what we're doing is that we have the Shirahoshi, who sets all orbs to rainbow stage 1, and then when we use Stuffy Superclone special to wave clear stage 1, we still keep the rainbow orbs. Then stage 2 we use Sasaki twice, this removes all of the attack down and the spear, and locks the int character's orbs with Custard. Then we can just kill, because with Blackbeard we can ignore the defensive effects which are present on stage 2. And then when we move on to final stage, we will still have a full board of rainbow orbs. We will still have Blackbeard, so we can ignore that damage threshold. There is Resilience, which the CISO support on Kaido handles, and Kaido also gives us a big attack and orb boost. After using Kaido, we can use Stuffy to get a big chain boost and base attack boost, and Bellamy will remove the def up. So just a very beautiful synergy to this team. The Ace Jobber in the end is just for the Blackbeard captain ability, because for Blackbeard to work, you need fighter, slasher, striker, shooter. So without the Jobber, we only have slasher and striker, but their fighter and shooter just gives us all 4 stuff we need. So I will try this, but I said if this Marco fight gives a ton of points, I will probably revert to a Queen team, which is pretty easy to build. So I'll just show it in case I end up using it. And as for the final battles, like it's what I already showed you. The only change I made was from a comment on YouTube. Shout out to that user. I'm terrible with names, so I don't remember. But he said, why don't you just use ulti support on Queen? I actually forgot about that. But the problem is still was support to use on Luffy Yamato. But of course we have this old Treasure Map Recruit Zoro, which is pullable but very low rate, which will remove 1 turn of the spear. So this handles everything, and I don't even need to use Queen Special final stage. So that's a nice plus. But yeah, these are my teams for this treasure map. I'm actually thinking that for the first video for me tomorrow, I'll try and make my accessible teams work. I've never done that before, but I think this is a good time to try it. And then once I made that, I will start using the actual team I will end up using for the rest of the treasure map. But yeah, that's it for this video. So, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.